Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of my video of making a hub and spoke topology, uh, a VPN hub and spoke topology using the FortiManager. So my name is Devin Adams. I'm an instructor here at Dynamic Worldwide Training Consultants in Tempe, Arizona, and I record these for the peeps that have taken my class. So in the last video, we set the communities, we set the settings, we pushed them down to the FortiGates. And our goal here is to make our local FortiGate the hub, and each one of these essentially a spoke that's going to be able to pass traffic through IPsec. So anyways, you guys are probably sick of hearing me talk. So let's just go ahead and jump in and finish this bad boy up if it works. So here we go. So I'm already logged in because I literally just stopped recording a few minutes ago. And we're going to go to our VPN manager just to kind of review. All right, so we built one community, and this right here is the common properties between them all. It creates a VPN zone, then drops all the logical interfaces into them, so you only have to reference them once. All right, and then we gave roles to each one of our FortiGates and also what subnets they are protecting. All right, we also created these objects before we did this, so we had something to select, and we still were able to use dynamic objects. All right, but this one cannot be dynamic. So at least I found that out the hard way playing around with it after all these years. Anyways, but let's go ahead and oh yeah, and we also pushed down the settings. That was also another big one. So because once you get this far, you then need to go over to your device manager and push down all the policy packages. But now that they're there, we should be able to write the firewall rules, right, to allow traffic to pass. And we'll just try one, all right, to try to see if it works. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a test. So let's go to our policy and objects. All right, and let's go to our branch office. Here we go. And the reason why we had to push it down is because we couldn't do this until there was a zone created on the FortiGates and the policy packages and all the settings were synced with the FortiManager. But we should be able now to say, hey, let's go ahead and create a new policy. And we're going to call this policy from HQ. All right, so this is going to be traffic coming from headquarters to our spokes. All right, at least two of them. Our data center, we might do it a little differently, but the incoming interface, all right, if you notice down here, we now have zones. And one of those zones is going to be our spoke to hub. And because we're doing the configuration on the spoke side, all right, that's the one that's going to be my ingress, okay? And it's going to pop out of my LAN. So even though those are different physical interfaces on both the branch and remote FortiGates, all right, because of the dynamic mapping, it should be just fine. And same thing with the source address. So now this is where it gets a little bit different. If I want to make sure traffic can pass between the hubs and spokes, all right, so in other words, if this branch office for some reason needs to talk to this remote office, all right, you're going to want to do the super net summarize subnets to allow a 10.10./16 to come through. All right, other than that, you can limit it to just resources at headquarters by using the HQ subnets. But I'm going to save some time here because I know you guys do not like to hear me talk, by just picking this from the get-go. All right, so that's just simply saying that traffic that starts with the first two octets of 10.10 will be allowed through in this firewall policy. Okay, and then same with the destination. Now the destination, this one we can be specific because it is our spoke subnet that's going to be destined to this traffic. All right, so and then we have to go to accept, and then we also have to make sure NAT's left off. Looks good to me. So all right, so that's one side. So let's go ahead and do the other direction. So we're going to say to HQ, and that's going to be our LAN is going to be our ingress. It's going to pop out of our dynamic zone there. All right. The source is going to be wherever it's dynamically assigned to. So we'll say spoke subnets. But the destination, once again, we're going to use that /16. All right. We're going to say accept. We'll say OK. And that is it for the branch offices, at least I assume. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our headquarters now and configure the headquarters. I probably should have done that first, but I know I just suck at these. Anyways, guys, so let's go ahead and do a new rule here. All right, and we're gonna say let's say should we do to or from? We'll say 2 spokes. And if it's going to the spokes, LAN is going to be our ingress, but our egress is going to be our, now here's the thing, because we're configuring this on the hub, which is our headquarters, we're going to use this zone right here, all right? And then source address is going to be our HQ subnet of 10.10.10, okay? So, and this is just to make sure that traffic only passes between the hub and the spokes. Now, technically speaking, all right, you could maybe use the super subnet one, but I'm jumping ahead there. There's one more firewall policy we have to do if we want to really do a branch office to branch office. So let's keep going. I know I'm probably confusing you guys. So let's go to destination address. Now, because there are so many different subnets that can pop out of it, we are going to use the supernet /16 there. Okay, guys? So, all right. Then we're going to hit OK. Oh, better do accept. All right. Wonderful. So, and then let's go ahead and do another one that says from spoke. So if it's coming from the spoke, it's going to be initialized by this VPN zone, which was automatically made for us. And the source address is going to come from our, oh, you know what, we'll just use the supernet again. All right. So, and then the destination, if it's going to specifically our internal traffic, all right, we can use our HQ subnet of 10.10.10. Okay. So, and then we'll say accept, and we'll say OK. All right. Now that, in theory, should be able to get us communication between the hub. All right. Where's my GNS3? Here we go. Our hub out to our spokes and vice versa. So there's one more step if we want to do spoke to spoke, but let's just roll with that and make sure it's working. Okay. So, and to get that to push down, we have to go back to our let's see here. Sorry guys, my resolution's a little funky. So to our device manager, and let's go ahead and reinstall those packages. As you can see, they've been altered. So we'll do the local FortiGate first this time, just to shake it up. So we'll say reinstall policy package. I'll say OK, and I'll push down those changes. All right. There we go. Looks like it was OK. We'll hit next. And the local one never seems to take that long. It's the other ones that seem to hang at 35% for some reason. I don't know why. So there we go. And as you can see, it's making the firewall rules. It's also doing the subnets for us. All right. See how awesome that is? Yeah, for lack of a better word, it's awesome. Okay. So we're going to hit finish. And then we're also going to push down the package for the 2 likes right here. So, and I'll actually do the wizard for this one just for kicks. Oops. Policy package, which one? Our branch office baselines. All right, we'll hit next. Next. And you see how the VPN manager is there. So there we go. Looks like we didn't get any errors, so let's go ahead and do an install. And I'm going to hit pause here just because it takes a minute. Just a moment. All right. There we go. So got pushed down to our branch office at a remote office. So where do we go from here? How do we test this out? All right. So a couple of things we can do. Knock on wood, everything was done correctly. So we can go to our VPN manager, and we can go to monitor, and this will show us our tunnels. All right. So, and if you look here, look at that. We have the tunnels up. All right, pretty darn cool. Okay, now why isn't the data center one not done? Because remember, that one we have not written a rule for yet. So if we go to our map view, because we did put in that metadata of where our FortiGates were located. This is so tricky. This is so fun. Look at this, guys, right? You can actually see which tunnels are up, which tunnels are down. If you hit control, you can actually zoom in. So green means up, red means down. Okay, pretty crazy, huh? Yeah, come on, that's cool. All right, so, and there's the icon for the hub. Then here's the spokes. Okay, so whoop-de-doo, but is it really working? Well, the only way we can really test to see if it's working is to do what? Actually reach out through one of those devices. So I purposely put on, let me go ahead and minimize all this. On the internal side, right, of my FortiGates, I put on ping access. Not on the WAN side, but on the LAN side, just for these kind of reasons. So we can ping the interfaces here just to test if we can get through the tunnel. So here's my PC1, and I'm just going to do a real quick show IP. All right, so it's on the 10.10.20 network, but I'm going to ping 10.10.10.254, and as you can see, it made it through. There's the tunnel in action. What? All right, so okay, let's see if we can get to 10.10.30.254. Oh, what happened there? I don't know what happened there. Oh, guys, why can't I reach 10.10.30? Because we only are allowing traffic back to the hub. I told you guys that that was going to be the next step, right? If we want branch office to talk to branch office, we have to write one more firewall rule. So it was by design that traffic couldn't pass between these two yet, all right? But it did make it through, okay? And just as an example, this DC1's also hosting an IIS server. So we can see this in action by going to our actual remote Windows machine that's on the 10.10.20 network. And we can go to HTTP, whack whack, or is that slash? Anyways, 10.10.10.5. And there's our internal resources. So the tunnels are up, they're flowing. From the remote side, I wonder if the branch works. All right, so we can go to PC2 here. Okay, I'm just going to do an IP or a show IP. All right, and then I'm going to do a ping to 10.10.10.254. Boom. So it can get to the headquarters. But like I said, by design, the branch offices cannot talk to each other. All right, so look at that octet. Isn't that awesome? So, man, my fat fingers. See, nothing. So, okay, let's go ahead and at least fix the data center one. So, because the data center one's kind of different because our data center is externally facing and there's a whole bunch of resources that are publicly facing. I don't want traffic to ever initialize out of the web server. I just want to be able to reach it through the IPsec tunnel. And I can write a rule for this. So let's go ahead and do that real quickly just to get all the tunnels up before we do the full access between the branch offices. So let's go back to our device here. All right, and this is our local Windows machine. There we go. And let's fix this tunnel right here. And to fix this tunnel, easy peasy lemon squeezy, we just go up to our policy and objects. All right, and everything's already done from the perspective of the hub. Okay, we just need to go back to the data center and allow traffic to come from the hub through the VPN tunnel. So we'll say create new, and we'll say from HQ. All right, so our interface is going to be our spoke to hub. All right, that's a zone, by the way. And our outgoing interface is going to pop out of the what? The DMZ. All right, source, anything that has our supernet /16. All right, but our destination is going to be very specific, isn't it, guys? So our destination address is only for our internal private IP addressing. All right, this way our internal folks can access those resources without having to go through the internet. So here we go. So let's just do our spoke subnet. There we go. Okay, and we'll accept it. All right, that looks good to me. Okay. Let me scroll a little bit further down. My resolution, man, let me tell you. There we go. Now you can see the whole thing. And we're not done yet. Okay. Let's go ahead and push it out. So let's go to Device Manager. And as you can see, our data center has been altered. But we are going to reinstall that policy package. We're going to hit OK. All right. Sweet. And now we should be able to get there from our hub. Now, you can write the rules a certain way to make it only accessible to that DMZ, but you know what? Just for the simplicity's sakes, we'll just create kind of like a full access kind of topology here. So there we are. And now that the policies are there, though, watch what happens when we go to our VPN manager. Okay, and we go to our map view. All right, traffic. Oh, green. Look at that, because it's flowing. Because I probably have some kind of like ping loop. But look, our data center tunnel is now up. Okay, so if we go to our topology view, maybe do show us a table. All right, or maybe just go to monitor. You'll see that all of them are up. So pretty darn cool, huh, guys? So I'm going to go ahead and kill the video right there, just because I don't like them any longer than 15-20 minutes. But when we get back, we'll write one more firewall policy to allow access between the branch offices using the VPN manager. Okay, so all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you like in 2 moments. So